rumble of the discourse. We've taken an abandoned concrete factory at the margins of the declining American empire and repurposed it into a battleground where 19 separate entities from across the political spectrum enter the discourse one by one and do battle to determine who controls the narrative force of the discourse. I hope you'll join me, your Southern Gothic futurist host, dirtgod Raven Mac, for each and every episode of Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. Greetings, Discourse Maniacs, and welcome to another Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. We are in week 6, baby, of our Winter 2024 series. Again, if you've been paying attention to this thing, we've had a 5-week series where people have been accumulating points, 1 point for throwing somebody out. You get bonus points for the final 4, and they're trying to make it to a 7th week finale. This is our week 6, so as is the tradition in these series, these are folks that have gotten points, 1 to 4 or 5 points so far, and are borderline for qualifying for next week's finale. Right now, we're guessing maybe 4 or 5 points to get you into that finale. So everybody coming out tonight has a point at some point during our first 5 weeks, 1 to 4 points. They haven't won one, but they've scored a couple points. So tonight, they're going to be jockeying for position, trying to get into the finale next week to crown our champion of the discourse for Winter 2024. As always, folks, this is sponsored by Friends of Catbird. Shout out to the Friends of Catbird for supporting this. Again, Catbird was not around this week. I kind of expected to see him. I got a new secondhand sofa, and I had an old one. It's a nice leather sofa. Got some cat scratches on it and all. A little lumpy because I slept on it a lot. But I was going to offer that bad boy to Catbird, but he's not here tonight. I haven't seen him as of yet, so hopefully I can see him so I don't have to just put that on Facebook Marketplace and deal with the local loonies. But shout out to Catbird, Friends of Catbird. Our standings after 5 events to this point, you can see at the top of the board, Clarence Thomas, the bootlicker, our 2 candidates for president, Josh Hawley, not an FBI agent. Second page, give me that second page. We've got Cornel West, Nikki Haley, Freethinker, the immigrant, bunch of other people. You can see down there Bernie Sanders, the woke mobster. They're both at 5. Police State, Mike Pence, Vivek Ramaswamy at 4. That's the borderline. 4 or 5 points is the borderline to qualify for next week. So everybody with 6 points or above should be in this thing next week. But everybody else got to get some points and try to jockey for position. So with all that said, let's get to discoursing. Go up to the ring and we can see that our referees tonight are the Police State and the Lady Cop. And Police State, of course, on that leaderboard, but not competing. Is kind of settled into being the referee here with the Lady Cop. And our first competitor, Vivek Ramaswamy, he's coming out. He, of course, he pulled out of that Republican candidate for presidency, jockeying for position on Donald Trump's jock right now, as a bunch of other people are. I saw op-ed saying he might be the vice president. That seems silly, but that could be. Trump does crazy stuff. And here comes Mitt Romney, Republican, establishment Republican, part of that not Trump quadrant, or whatever you want to call it, that's still left in the Republican Party. Not much of that left. Trump's kind of hijacked the whole thing. It's a weird state to be in American politics right now. It's pretty gross. And Ramaswamy with a quick roll-up on Romney. Got a couple ladders in the ring. There's 7 ladders scattered in and out of the ring. Those represent the American meritocracy myth. There's also 23 briefcases full of lobbyists and super PAC money outside the ring. Of course, one of those ladders is in the way. Ramaswamy with a mule kick there on Romney. And he gets one of those ladders up, and Romney with some strong rights. These two are going at it. Again, Ramaswamy has 4 points. Romney has 2, so Romney definitely has to score a couple of eliminations here, or bonus points to try to get into the finale next week. And here comes Don Trump Jr. Speaking of Trump, Don Trump Jr. And Don Trump Jr. only has 2 points, so he definitely has to get some points here as well and put himself into the finale next week. So again, we'll have 27 folks coming out. All these people are trying to get more points than they already have to make the finale next week of our Winter 2024 Monday Night Rumble of the Discourse. Strange little thing we do here. So 3 members of the Republican Party going at it hot and heavy here. And we get a buzzer and coming out to join the group. Debbie DSA, Democratic Socialist Debbie DSA, roller derby chick, smells really nice tonight. I was trying to get a sniff of her hair. I'll be honest. I'm a weird fucker, man. I was trying to sniff her hair. But she came out, smelled kind of like lavender, but like a weird, like, maybe it's Dr. Bronner's lavender, honestly. I don't know. But hey, got to take your shots where you can, even if it's going to get rejected. Debbie DSA has 2 points, also needing a few eliminations to make our finale. And Romney just got tossed. He is gone, so we will not be seeing Mitt Romney next week he is not going to be champion of the Winter 2024 Discourse, and we get a buzzer, and here comes the 3%er. 3%er has 3 points so far, so he's looking to solidify his spot in the finale next week. Be interesting to see what happens. All these guys, again, are trying to get some points to make it into next week's finale of the Winter 2024 Rumble of the Discourse. Vivek Ramaswamy, if a roll-up on Debbie DSA, she kicks out. That 3%er slamming Don Trump Jr. Big boot to Ramaswamy by the 3%er. And he tries to get Debbie DS up. Got her in a bear hug now, trying to get the submission. Ramaswamy rolling around on the ground. Don Trump Jr. just hanging loose. We get a buzzer, and here comes Tim Scott. Tim Scott, South Carolina senator, former Republican candidate, lost because he didn't have a family. So weird. And Debbie DSA gives it up. So Debbie DSA, she did eliminate Romney, but she didn't get much further. I don't think we'll see her next week. Tim Scott, of course, is out. He's only got 1 point, so he's got to have a strong run here. And there's a pin attempt. Kick out on 2 by Don Trump Jr. on that 3%er. Those blows on the ladder can be very devastating, take opponents out a lot easier. So they do become a dangerous weapon. Don Trump Jr. is busted open out there. And we got a buzzer, and here comes Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, television host without a TV station, still doing his perplexed stoner frat boy look on X, as far as I know. I don't have X anymore, so I don't see it. Thank goodness. I'm not going to willingly watch propaganda, which is what that has become. But Tucker Carlson, he's got 2 points. He's going to need to get some eliminations. And he just drops a 3%er across that ladder, and Ramaswamy jumps on him for the pin, and the 3%er is eliminated. So he is gone, and Ramaswamy gets a point. That should put him in the finale. And here comes the buzzer. And we got the woke mobster. So the woke mobster's coming out. Of course, woke mobster, when I showed you that leaderboard beginning, they have 5 points. Preferred pronouns are they, them. They have 5 points, and they probably going to make next week, but they can get some additional points, move deeper into the entry order next week, because next week, folks will come out in reverse order. Whoever has the most points comes out last, and it gives you the best shot at winning this thing. And we've got double pin attempts, and Tim Scott gets a 2 count on Don Trump Jr. So we've got Vivek Ramaswamy, Don Trump Jr. Well, Don Trump Jr. pinned again by Tim Scott. I spoke too soon. Don Trump Jr. eliminated by Tim Scott. And we got a buzzer. And Tim Scott over the top rope. But he does not go to the floor, so he is not eliminated. And here comes Matt Getz, that ass clown from Florida. So he joins Vivek Ramaswamy, Tucker Carlson, Tim Scott, and the woke mobster. Tucker Carlson on that top rope and just kind of falls off. Woke mobster going for a pin. Slow count on Ramaswamy, but he was out, and the woke mobster does get the pin. The police state, of course, not going to be supporting the woke mobster. That was an awfully slow count. And now Getz going for a pin on Tim Scott, but no count, broken up by the woke mobster. The woke mobster slams Tucker Carlson, and Tim Scott going for the pin, while Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia comes out, and Tucker Carlson pinned by Tim Scott. So that gets rid of Tucker Carlson. Tim Scott eliminated 2 people. Only had 1 point coming in tonight, but he's picking up a couple points. He might make that finale. Well, then again, he's getting pinned right here by Matt Getz, and he's not going to make that finale. So Tim Scott had a valiant effort, but came up short in the end. We are left with the woke mobster Matt Gaetz and Senator Joe Manchin. Of course, Joe Manchin, that obstructionist senator from West Virginia, not planning on running for re-election, so that's going to complicate who's going to obstruct that and whether Democrats hold that. And here comes Lauren Boebert. Boebert with 3 points, so she's going to need some eliminations to make the final. Trying to keep you abreast of the point totals here. I know it's sort of a subtext to this thing, but it is the point of this series. They're spending these first 6 weeks accumulating points to take a shot at the title next week. Police State in there as a referee, coincidentally, had won the last 2 seasons of this. I'm guessing that they'll be the referee next week. I don't know. We know that, Bob? My producer, Bob Dabalina, do we know if that's the case? We do not know, so we don't know. And Hunter Biden's coming out. Hunter Biden's been a regular appearance on this thing this year. Hunter Biden has 3 points, though, in a couple of appearances, so he's got to get some points to make the final. Woke mobster over the top rope. Joe Manchin over the top rope and eliminated, so Joe Manchin is gone. So we've got the woke mobster, Hunter Biden, Lauren Boebert, and Matt Gaetz all in there. Well, woke mobster no more. Hunter Biden kicks him right over the top rope. And Mitch McConnell's coming out. Senator Mitch McConnell, only 1 point so far. Of course, he just negotiated another weird-ass immigration funding for Ukraine-Israel bill. Not sure how all those things go together. Of course, immigration is the big boogeyman for the Republican Party, so Trump is kind of putting the nix on any aid packages that involves immigration because, you know, he wants it to be a scary thing for everybody to vote against Trump. And, you know, when DeSantis was sending immigrants as Florida governor from Texas to Massachusetts, like, some of this stuff is interesting, that if immigrants are as bad a danger as they suggest, why are they sending them all over the country to, like, they're essentially aiding in the flooding of immigrants. Well, Lauren Boebert got pinned in there by Hunter Biden, so Biden's eliminated a couple people. He's rallying here. And the free thinker comes out. But if immigration is so dangerous, why are they sending these immigrants all over the country? Of course, it's because they're not as dangerous as they say, and they're just trying to flood the system. And Hunter Biden with another pin on Matt Gaetz. So Hunter Biden has gotten a few pins here, a few eliminations, positioning himself in good shape for next week, actually. He might have qualified now. We live in reactionary times regarding immigration. It's just people reacting to what the other one is doing. Nobody's acting from any philosophical base. And speaking of reactionaries, here's Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the dumbest people in Congress. And there's a pin, and the free thinker is pinned by Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is, let me check, I think that's 4 people he's eliminated. So Hunter Biden is on a roll here tonight, man. So he came in with 3 points. He's already got 4 points, so that puts him up to 7. That's a good spot to be in for that finale. Well, he's over the top rope with Mitch McConnell. They're both on that apron. Dangerous place to be, and Mitch McConnell is gone. Is that Marjorie Taylor Greene or Hunter Biden that eliminated? Well, then Marjorie Taylor Greene drops Hunter Biden, so that answers that. So I guess, Bob, you guys will check the video replay on that. It was Marjorie. Okay, so Marjorie Taylor Greene actually got the elimination there on Mitch McConnell and got the elimination on Hunter Biden. So it was 2 points there for Marjorie Taylor Greene. She had 2 coming in tonight. Proud Boy came out to join her. He's only got 1 point so far. So you think these two would be unified in their January 6thness, but they're going at it. And there's a pin on Marjorie Taylor Greene by the Proud Boy hitting that ladder as the free thinker hits the ring, but Marjorie Taylor Greene was taken out. So we've got the Proud Boy in there with the free thinker. good times in the discourse when it's a Proud Boy and a free thinker doing the talking. American discourse is, well, next week is week 7, and I'm thankful I can mute it for a little while, to be honest. I haven't kept track of how many people we've had come out. I think we're close to 2/3 of the way through our field of 27, but I'm not sure. And here comes, with the buzzer, waiting to see who it is, Jill Stein, Green Party candidate for president, third party candidate. Ego run at this point. Jill Stein has not been a factor before, not adding anything new to the conversation, just sort of the Green Party candidate, of course, ostracized after the last election. So, find somebody new to come out and say something different if you're a third-party candidate from the fringe. But, Tennessee's third-party candidates, sometimes it tends to be the same person for 3 or 4 times, the old Lyndon LaRouche rule, where somebody is feeding their ego by being a minor candidate. And I'll be honest, I would enjoy that too. What a great resume bullet point to say I finished 5th in the presidential election. Here comes Long COVID. Long COVID's still out here. Only 2 points in our Rumble at a Discourse Winter 2024 series, but a lot of people dying still. A lot of people still getting sick. Don't want you to get sick multiple times out there, folks. I'm not good about masking up, but we should mask up. I do have a homemade air filter that I've built. Jill Stein with a pin on the Proud Boy, but only a 2 count. Long COVID flexing in there. Now that free thinker has a full Nelson on Jill Stein. We got a buzzer, and I recognize that music. It's the free thinker. So we've got 2 free thinkers, a Proud Boy, Long COVID, and Jill Stein. That's your discourse right now, folks. A pair of free thinkers, a Proud Boy, Jill Stein, and Long COVID. Double pins, double kickouts. Jill Stein and Long COVID both kick out. And Police State just kicked Long COVID. A lot going on out here. See Mitch McConnell still stumbling around outside the ring. And there's a pin on the Proud Boy, only a 1 count for Long COVID. Chair shot to Long COVID by the Proud Boy, and we get a buzzer. And it's that critical thinking punk. Jill Stein got tossed. It's the critical thinking punk coming out. That old punk rocker who now is, for lack of a better term, a complete and total sellout. And likes to point out how hypocritical Rage Against the Machine is, while he himself is even more hypocritical. And I don't disagree. Rage Against the Machine always felt like suburban revolution music to me. But that's just me. You might have your own experiences consuming American pop culture. Long COVID over the top rope and out. So Long COVID has been eliminated metaphorically, and free thinker eliminated metaphorically and literally here in our abandoned concrete factory at the edge of town. And the Blue Sky Communist is out. Formerly the Twitter communist, Blue Sky Communist. He actually won our whole series 3 times ago. So he won the first one. Police State won the next 2. And this is our 4th series in this 7-week format. But the Blue Sky Communist, he's won this thing before. So he's trying to make the finale. Only got 1 point so far. So he's got to pull some things out here tonight. He's looking tough so far. We got a buzzer, and it's the Do Your Own Researcher coming out, that Rogan podcast fan who got his own podcast now, saying basically the same thing in a less entertaining way. Of course, Joe Rogan made the news, renewed his deal. At the same time, Spotify is cutting payments to artists unless they have a certain stream level, which is kind of ridiculous because they're streaming things, so they should pay the artist. But they're saying below a certain threshold, it's not worth the trouble for them to do it, and that seems like a cop-out. I mean, people are already not making enough money off of streaming. Why cut them out even further? Well, we know why they cut them out even further, so they can give Joe Rogan a new deal. So most of the music you consume on Spotify is not actually supporting the artist, it is supporting Joe Rogan. Congratulations on your end of the year Spotify playlist. You're enabling fascism. And here comes Vice President Kamala Harris. She of only 1 point so far. And I think we've only got 3 more people coming out. So we're getting close to folks getting into the rumble for the bonus points. Of course, those bonus points of 3, 5, 7, and 10 points for the final 4 spots. That should be enough to get most of these folks into the final. And there's a kick out. Proud Boy almost pinned by the Do Your Own Researcher. And Bernie Sanders coming out. Critical Thinking Punk got pinned in there by somebody. He is gone. So we won't be seeing him next week. Senator Bernie Sanders, of course, he's got 5 points. He's in good shape for next week, even if he gets eliminated, maybe. Still needs some points. The more points you get, the later you come out. Big suplex there on the Blue Sky Communist by the Proud Boy. And Kamala Harris picks him up, but then can't hold him and crumbles. So to reset who's in there, the Proud Boy's been in there the longest. Free Thinker, Blue Sky Communist, Do Your Own Researcher, Senator Bernie Sanders, and Vice President Kamala Harris. And we have 2 more spots left. Who's it going to be? Well, here we go. RFK Jr., third-party coup candidate. Oh, the Blue Sky Communist got pinned. He's not going to make next week's finale. Not a chance to win another title. And looks like the Do Your Own Researcher got beat in there, too, by Kamala Harris. Well, RFK Jr. hits the field, and there's only 5 people out there. And I have to admit, an interesting thing happened to me the other day. I was going on a little wander down some back roads to a train yard I love, and I actually saw an RFK Jr. sign out on the road. Now, it wasn't in front of somebody's house. It was at one of those little, where like 3 roads kind of meet, so there's like that little triangle in the middle. Somebody had put it in the little center triangle, but an actual sign in the wild for RFK Jr., so that was pretty interesting. Our final competitor, Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, Epstein Island frequent flyer. Bill Clinton is coming out. So our final 6 here, the Proud Boy, Free Thinker, RFK Jr., Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and Bill Clinton. And 4 of these folks can get bonus points trying to get into the finale. Bernie has 5 points. He might make the finale even without the bonus points. The other 4 pretty much need the bonus points. So, and there's a pin on the Free Thinker kick out. RFK Jr. trying to get a pin there. Clinton feeling himself as usual. Bernie in a test of strengths with the Proud Boy. Clinton just drop kicks them both. There's a pin attempt. I couldn't see exactly. I think it was a pin on Kamala by RFK Jr. Yeah, bodies everywhere, folks. Kamala runs into that ladder. And the Proud Boy eliminated over the top rope. He is gone. Picked up how many eliminations? He got 3 eliminations, so he might creep into the finale next week. He had 1, so that put him up to 4. It depends. Cutoff might be 4, might be 5. We'll see what this leaderboard looks like at the end of the night. Everybody clustered there on one side, right there together. All 5 of our final 5 competitors. RFK Jr. with that Botox smile, beating people with the bat. And there's a pin on RFK Jr. 1 count by Bernie only. Kamala looking bloody, nails Bernie with that bat and gets the pin. So Kamala Harris regulating on Senator Bernie Sanders with a baseball bat shot up the side of the head and eliminates Burn Dog. So we're down to our final 4. So our 4 that get the bonus points are going to be this Free Thinker, Vice President Kamala Harris, RFK Jr., and former President Bill Clinton. So this should be enough to get them all in the final, and let's see who gets the big points now. Of course, that 10 bonus points is going to put you deep into the come out next week. So, Oh, free thinker just dropped right on his face by Bill Clinton, and RFK Jr. jumps on him for the pin, and the free thinker is out. So we are down to 3 now. Vice President Kamala Harris, former President Bill Clinton, and third-party presidential candidate and anti-vaccine quack RFK Jr. and son of CIA conspiracy victim and former President RFK. Man, that feels like that was a couple generations ago, and yet his son is out here running for president. What the hell is going on? Clinton and RFK Jr. locked up. Free thinker still out there. Hadn't been expelled from the ring yet. Oh, hey, I see Catbird over there. Catbird is here tonight. I have to holler at him, try to give him his leather couch. It's sitting in my front yard. Bob, can you send... Yeah, let the assistant know to let Catbird holler at me afterwards. Thanks. Mule kick there on Bill Clinton by RFK Jr. Those two are kind of locking up. Kamala Harris being smart to kind of steer clear of these two. Well, now she's over there getting into the mix. Kick to Kamala Harris by RFK Jr. and then Clinton punches RFK Jr. over that top rope, but he gets back in. And then Kamala Harris dropped. So we've hit the 30-minute mark here in this match. These folks have been going for a while. Of course, these were 3 of the final 4 people to come out, so they are the freshest of the bunch. They haven't been out there the whole 30 minutes. So you can see Kamala Harris is bruised up, and she's got a bear hug on RFK Jr., and he gives it up. RFK Jr. gives it up to Kamala Harris, so we are left with our final 2. RFK Jr. submitted there to Kamala Harris, and she's climbing that ladder and jumps off and nails Clinton. Ladders crashing, Clinton crashing, Kamala crashing. So it's our final 2 now. And they're going at it. Both of them sprawled out right now. Police state picking up one of those ladders. Probably going to set it up. Lady cop getting in the shot there with Kamala Harris. A little bit of conflict there with the authorities. And a bear hug. This is what RFK Jr. gave up on. She drops him. Can't hold Clinton up with that. Old boy's a little bit bigger than RFK Jr. I guess it's all the vaccines. And perverted sex, perhaps. I don't know if I'd want to hold a creep like Bill Clinton that close to me like that. I mean, granted, I'm a man. He's probably not going to care with me, but who knows? He might. I'm way too old for Bill Clinton. Both of the cops fall off the ladder and they just crash out, and Kamala Harris drops Bill Clinton. Great chance for a pin attempt, but both of our referees are out right now. And she gets on him. One of them turns around. 2 count kick out by Bill Clinton. That was slow. And now he's going for the pin. And the lady cop with the count, just a 1 count. So they both get a cover. A leg drop by Kamala. She tries to get Clinton up, but can't. And then Clinton flings her over. And then, oh, devastating back crunching backbreaker there by Bill. But then he falls. Both of them looking to get those bonus points galore. 7 for finishing second, 10 for finishing first. Kamala's eliminated a couple people. I don't think Bill has yet. I mean, she's got him in the corner and punching him, and the crowd didn't get a chance to start counting. You're supposed to do that 10 times, Kamala. Let the crowd count it. That's how I learned counting as a kid, watching wrestling. When the good guy punched the bad guy in the corner, you count to 10. Clinton has her up and drops her, and then she rolls, flips him over, then he rolls her over. 2 count, nobody gets it. That was a big headbutt there by Kamala. I didn't expect a headbutt. And Clinton rolls her up again, another small package, just a 1, and she rolls him up again. And it's a 2, and no, he gets out too. So these guys are rolling each other up left and right, man. They are battling for these points. We got some discourse going on, man. Bill Clinton resurrecting himself into the discourse. Bill with a wild shot misses Kamala and steps around with a big drop kick. They're both looking winded out there. She misses with a kick and another drop kick by Bill. I tell you, he's getting some air out there, the old guy is. He misses with the elbow, though. Kamala sort of stabbed him, kick to the chest of Bill, and now we got a test of strength. Of course, Bill takes advantage of that. He's always going to have that advantage with Kamala Harris. Well, he's old, too, so maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. Yeah, she's coming back. She's got him going back. Bill switches it to arm lock, and now she's got that bear hug again. Can't hold it, though. Same way she eliminated RFK Jr. Kamala looking good here tonight, man. Bill fighting back tough, though. He's on the ground right now. Oh, man. She dropped him. That's got to be it. That's just a 1 count. Not even a 2 count. Just a 1 count. Old Bill's tough, man. Drinking the blood of children must give you strength. Pair of kicks. They're going back and forth. These folks are going at it, man. And there's no time limit on this thing, man. We could be here all night. God, I hope not. Oh, and Bill with a big clothesline pin attempt there. Well, no pin attempt, but he should have. She kicks out, and the ref falls off another ladder. Police state stupid as ever. Bill and Kamala still kicking at each other, getting out. Police state stacking around. Bill feeling himself, raising that arm. I think he's feeling confident. Big hip toss. Police state climbing that ladder again. And comes down this time without falling in a crushing heap. Bill gets behind Kamala. Neck breaker. Is that it? Nope. He can't get the pin. Couple elbows to the back. Then a drop kick. Lady Cop setting up another one of those ladders. Meritocracy myth in full effect. Kamala Harris gets Bill up, can't hold him up. He drops her instead. And then Bill with another big drop kick. And an elbow to her knee. Going for the pin. And that's it. He gets it. Clinton gets the win. Kamala Harris busted open again. Clinton gets the win and takes the 10 points bonus. Only person he eliminated was Kamala in the end. Kamala eliminated a few people. Let's look at that replay. So Bill comes in. He gets that drop kick. Goes for the pin. And there he is, man. The winner of our week 6. So let's look at the results tonight. Bill Clinton and Kamala Harris tied for the top with 11 each because Bill got that 10 bonus points but only eliminated Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris got 7 bonus points and eliminated 4 people there. RFK Jr. had 7. Hunter Biden with 4. Now, he didn't make the final 4. Hunter Biden eliminated 4 people. Proud Boy and the Free Thinker got 3. Tim Scott and MTG with 2 points, and then a whole bunch of other people with 1. So let's look at these standings after 6 events. These are going to be your last folks to come out next week. Clarence Thomas with 24. The Bootlicker with 23. President Biden with 22. Donald Trump with 20. Josh Hawley with 17. Not an FBI agent with 15. And our second page is standing there is Bill Clinton, 13 points. Kamala Harris with 12. Cornel West, Nikki Haley, the Free Thinker, and the Immigrant all got 9. RFK Jr. moves up to 8 points, so he's going to be in next week. Then Indie Centrist, Reply Guy, and Hunter Biden with 7. They're all in there for next week, so that's where we are for next week. There's others with 6 and 5 and 4 points. It does look like... What do you say, Bob? Yeah, okay, so we have a few people with 4 points who will make the finale next week. So there you have it. So as always, folks, this is brought to you by my Southern Gothic Futurist Patreon. A Patreon is where you, the average human being on Earth with discretionary income to do so, supports weird-ass creators of fucked-up content like me. So I encourage you to click the link, support that Patreon. Also, subscribe to my page. If you made it this far, subscribe. There's a lot of different things on this page. It doesn't have a theme because you know what? I'm not a brand. I'm a person. I do all kinds of different things. But that Southern Gothic Futurist Patreon keeps up with all the things that are Dirt God Raven Mac. So give it a shot, man. So that's all we got for this week. We will be back next week with our Winter 2024 Grand Finale, Week 7 Championship to crown the champion of the Discourse, at least for this season. Can't wait. I'll see you folks next week. I really can't wait. I hate this. I dread this. It kills me. It drains my soul. But I will finish it anyways because I love the 5 of you that love this. Salam.